Hello Uplanders, the FIFA World Cup is just about to get underway, and in the Upland Metaverse you are already able to buy, sell, and trade these digital collectible legits. In this video I'm going to explain everything you need to know about these legits, from the different types and rarities, from the different collections, and increasing your fan points in order to win some great prizes from Upland. And I'm also going to go into how you can buy, sell, and trade these. I'd like to thank the Shoot and Score Fan Shop for sponsoring this video, and it is located right here on the North Island of Rio de Janeiro in the Mineiro neighborhood on Rua Adolfo Porto 239. This video is broken down into chapters, so feel free to jump ahead to the part that you want to learn more about. If you're brand new to Upland, don't forget that in the description below you can find a link to learn everything you need to know about Upland, from getting started and learning about these FIFA legits. If you're looking to join Upland, we offer some great bonuses for players who are just getting started. All of the details are in the description below. Now make sure to grab a cup of coffee or a beer, a pen and paper, and let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to talk about are the different types of legits and what exactly are legits. Legits are broken into three different categories. We have passes, we have essentials, and we will also have mementos after the tournament begins. If you have ever collected something like soccer cards, football cards, hockey cards, then this will make a lot of sense to you. All of these legits are essentially the digital versions of a lot of these collectibles that you used to collect as cards. So we can see here, for example, we have a rare 1934 World Cup poster, and we can see that there are only 40 of these that have ever been created, and I have the very first one here. We see that this essential has a number of fan points, and we can also view the collections that it is eligible to be placed in. More on all of these things as we continue along this video. There are also legits like shirts from all of the tournaments dating back to 1930, where you can collect shirts from the first, second, third, and fourth place teams from each year. Regarding essentials, there are three different rarities, the rarest of which is called rare, the medium tier rarity is called exclusive, and if it doesn't have rare or exclusive at the beginning of the legit, then it is just a standard legit. In the description below, you can also find a link to a table that details all of the different types of legits, the rarities, what the fan score is, which is this number to the right of the name. So this has 40 fan points, and how many total mints there are of each specific legit. The second of three types of legits are passes. Passes also have three types of rarities. We have the Platinum Pass, which is the rarest type, the VIP Pass, which is the medium tier, and we just have the regular pass. Passes exist for each round of the tournament, so we have the group round broken down by the different groups, and then we also have the round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, third place game, and finals as well. We can see here this Platinum Pass is for the quarterfinals, and it says the dates in which the games will be played. And if you turn it over, you can actually see that it says here exchange. After this round is over, you can keep this pass or exchange it for a memento from this round. So what are mementos? Mementos are one of one legits, and you can see here there are different types. You can either get a boot, a crest, a warm-up ball, shirt, scarf, match ball, or a spotlight. A spotlight is a video moment of a game itself, so if you're familiar with something like NBA Top Shots or NFL All Day, this is the same idea, where you can actually own a unique video from the match itself. Just for reference, this is from the NFLPA legits, where this is again one of one memento, where if you click on the player, you can actually see some of his statistics from the game. You can also have some of these top statistics catch on fire if it was a career game for this player. And these fire statistics will tie into the collections, which I will go into shortly. Again, that was just an example to show you what's on the back of the card, whereas here with the FIFA World Cup legits, you will see the mementos that you will get are the ones that you see here, not of any specific player. The next topic I'm going to cover are collection albums. All of your legits, whether they are essentials, passes, or mementos, can be added to collections, providing you with boosted fan points. I'm also going to talk about why you want to boost your fan points. First, we can see here that there are two different album collections. The first one being FIFA World Cups, where there are a total of 30 different collections. The legits that go into these 30 collections are essentials only and from the World Cup tournaments that are not 2022 in Qatar. So from 1930 all the way until 2018, all of those legits can be placed into these collections. Next, we have the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 collections, and there are 20 collections here, and this is where the essentials from 2022, as well as all of the passes and mementos, go into these collections. Now, Upland said that anyone who is able to collect all of these 50 collections by January 5th, 2023, will receive a rare prize from Upland. As we dive into this in the next couple of minutes, you will realize that this is not going to be an easy task. First, let's take a look at these FIFA World Cup collections. We can see here that there are different types of collections. We have standard collections, limited ones, exclusive, rare, and ultra rare, which also aligns with how the collection properties work. You can see here that for the limited mascot collection, you need 10 legits to be placed in here. And if you are able to make this collection, you will get a 2.81 times multiplier on all of the fan points that are in this collection. We can see here that you have to own 10 essentials that are mascots from different years. And here it already shows me the eligible legits that I have for this collection. So here is one collection that I can actually complete, which is the rare essentials. I need to own 5 essentials, and the essentials must be rare, and this will provide me a 4 times multiplier. So here I can go ahead and start selecting these legits to add into the collection. Now I essentially want to be looking and choosing the highest fan points to be adding into this collection so that it will maximize my boost. I'm not doing this right now, but if you're looking to increase your fan score, you absolutely want to make sure that you add the legits with the highest fan points into the collection that gives you the highest multipliers in order to increase your fan score. We can see now that this collection is active, and if you noticed, I did get a boost to my fan score. Now here I'm on the Upland Guide website. I have a table here which makes it a lot easier to go through and see what all of these collections are. You can also search by the type of collection or anything you're looking for. So here let's take a look at the different 2022 collections. And this is where they start to get interesting. Once you get into the exclusive collections, we're talking about now including the passes and mementos that we spoke about earlier. Now, before I continue talking about passes and mementos, I want to now talk about why you want to increase your fan score. Now, here we are in Qatar at the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 stadium, and we can actually go and check out and see here that there's this virtual stadium here, which is really cool on this huge property, which is currently owned by FIFA World Cup. Throughout the tournament, Upland is going to be holding a number of different contests where you can win a number of different prizes. And the grand prize is actually this property itself. So there's one player who is going to be winning this property, and they will own it, including the stadium which is built upon it. It's still not clear exactly what contest or how the person is going to win it, but you're going to want to follow all the Upland announcements to see what's going on. But the main point here is you're going to want to increase your fan score for an opportunity to win some great prizes, which beyond the stadium can include cars, other properties in Qatar, and other great prizes that we don't know about yet. Another reason to increase your fan score specifically has to deal with passes and mementos. We can see here that this is a general pass for Group H, which includes Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and the Korea Republic. After all of the games in this round are played, players will be able to exchange this pass for the memento. The memento, of course, will be for one of these 4 teams that are part of this group. I also mentioned that there are different rarities to these passes. There's the general pass, the VIP pass, and the platinum pass. So the rarer your pass is, the higher the likelihood that you will get a much more valuable memento. And this is because the higher the rarity of the pass, the more fan points it has. Having said that, that's not the only thing that will guarantee you a better memento. Your fan score also comes into play. Upland has said that of all the people that hold the exact same pass, those players have their fan points ranked and compared one to another. This ranking will also have an influence on how rare of a memento you will receive. Now comes the tricky part. As more players redeem their passes, there are less passes in supply, and that will then influence your ranking. So there is a very strategic element as to when exactly you want to redeem your pass in order to get your memento. And it's not necessarily the exact moment that players are able to redeem their passes of that specific stage in the tournament. Having said that, based on your strategy, there is a specific time where you might want to exchange your pass for a memento, and it doesn't have to be immediately. There might also be a possibility that you don't want to exchange the pass for a memento at all. We can see here that there is one exclusive collection which is called Guests that requires you to hold 3 passes from different rounds. So by holding on to passes, you might be able to complete this collection if you're working towards the goal of completing all of the collections in order to get the rare prize from Upland. You can see here how many fan points this pass has, and when you redeem this for a memento will have more fan points than a pass. Passes are something completely new to Upland, so it's unclear exactly the process that is going to be required in order to redeem it. Assuming that you're going to have to wait a couple of days after the round has been completed for an Upland announcement, there may be a button over here on this part of the pass, or if you head back into the profile section of your assets, then there might be a button over here saying redeem as well. So now I've covered the types of legits, their rarities, collections, how to create collections, and why to create collections in order to increase your fan score. I've also talked about how to redeem passes for mementos and when you might want to do that. Now I'm going to get into the buying, selling, and trading of these mementos. How do you get more? And what do you do if you have something that you don't need or are looking for something different? How can you trade with other players? How can you sell? And how can you buy something that you do need in order to make that collection that will increase the fan points of all of the legits in that collection? The first place that you can buy legits is in the Upland store by clicking the Get UpX button in the upper right hand corner. Then we have UpX, but you want to choose Specials, where you can actually see which items are currently available for sale and how many are still available. Here are all the details, and there are different types of bundles. When you purchase a bundle, you do not know what the contents of it will be. You receive the bundle, it is opened automatically, and then you are able to enter into your assets in order to see what you received. There are different price points for the different types of bundles, and only in the Starter, Pro, and Pass bundles are you able to get a pass. In fact, the only one where you are guaranteed to get a pass is in the Pass bundle. In the Pro, you have a 40% chance of getting a pass, and in the Starter, you get a 20% chance of getting a pass. We can also see all these details here in the store by clicking on this question mark, and it says that in the Starter bundle, it says here that you will get 3 essentials, and the 4th item has a 20% chance of being a pass instead of an essential. The first sale occurred on November 17th, and they are saying here that bundles will be replenished on the 23rd, 30th, and December 7th. The next thing I want to talk about is how you are able to sell your legits in a fan shop like USADAG27's shop, Shoot and Score in Rio de Janeiro. Before we hop into the store, I want to show you this resource that I have created of the FIFA World Cup maps that has all of the important information regarding everything you need to know about the FIFA World Cup, whether it be showrooms like this one, where you can see everything you need to know about minting canvases, statues, and mosaics. There's even a link here to our website with a lot more details. We can also see here the Shoot and Score shop, which has details of exactly the address, the link to the shop itself, how much commission, and what the minimum listing time is for that shop. We are also able to zoom in into any city, and we are able to see some other things that are here. Again, we have here the showroom in Rio de Janeiro, and there is also a Block Explorer shop next door. This map is a work in progress, so if you are a shop owner, feel free to click on the link here to reach out and learn more about how you can get added to our maps. And there is also a link here to see all of the different types of maps that we have. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter into the shop, and we can either shop to buy something, or I can go ahead and list my football legit in this store in order to sell it. It's important to note that in either instance, whether you're a buyer or a seller, your Block Explorer does have to be at the shop itself. So if you're in a different city, you're going to have to travel to Rio de Janeiro. And if you're in Rio de Janeiro, you're going to have to send yourself to that property or in range of it. To help you with traveling, we have a Discord travel bot that you can use, which will help you find both the cheapest and fastest routes between any two cities in Upland. It's important to note that during the FIFA World Cup tournament, travel is free both to and from Qatar. So if you're trying to go from, let's say, Los Angeles to Rio de Janeiro, if you have time, you can send yourself from Los Angeles to Qatar for free, and then from Qatar to Rio de Janeiro also for free. So that's a good way of getting around. Take a look at the link in the upper right hand corner to see how it works. So now if I want to list a legit in the shop, again, I have to travel here first, and then I click here and I'm able to select whatever item I would like, and they can only be football legits, and by that I mean soccer and not the NFLPA legits, where every different meta venture has their own type of items that can be sold. So NFLPA shops sell NFLPA legits, Block Explorer shops, Block Explorers, and so on and so forth. So I can go ahead and select the item that I would like to sell. I can choose to sell it for either UPX or US dollars. In order to sell for US dollars, you do have to verify your identity, and details about that can be found in the description below. So if I want to sell this for 10,000 UPX, it says here exactly how much I will receive after commission. I can reserve this for a specific player if I would like, and then I can go ahead and list it for sale. Here I'm confirming that I will get this amount of UPX after the sale, and after this period of time, which is 5 days, either myself or the shop owner can decide to remove the legit from sale. After I confirm, the owner will get an email and he will have to go ahead and approve or either reject the placement of the item in his store. If I want to go ahead and see what's on sale, I can go and search. There's a filter and a search bar at the top. If I want to go ahead and buy this legit, I can go ahead and do that. But since I have not actually traveled to this property, I get an error saying that your Block Explorer must be in discovery range to perform this action. Lastly, you can also make trades with players. By doing so, you just have to go and find the exact asset that you're looking for under their asset tabs, and then I can go ahead and select the asset itself. And at the bottom, there is an option to offer trades. From here, I can trade any asset that I like, except for properties. Last but not least, while you're working on growing your fan score and trading, buying, and selling these legits in order to complete collections, get passes and mementos, and just have a lot of fun with these digital collectibles, don't forget to be cheering on your favorite team. This does have implications in Upland. Upland has announced that the country that wins the FIFA World Cup tournament in Qatar 2022 will have their capital city released in Upland as a new city release. So even if you're not the biggest football fan, but you are an Upland fan, there is a reason to root for a specific country if there's a city that you'd really like to see in Upland. I hope this video was very informative and helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Find me on Discord or my other social media accounts, all of which are detailed in the description below, and continue watching the videos below to learn more about Upland and the Metaverse.